Welcome to the project demo of RUF. Our goal is to make it easier for colleagues to have spontaneous but also scheduled meetings, especially in remote or hybrid work settings. We package this functionality in a digital space for social interactions among employees. So alongside the demo, you will see familiar design choices adapted from social media. One of such is a simplified navigation bar, and you can also see that we have opted for a mobile version so that people can choose between a desktop view or have the app available on their mobile phone. Let's go first through the main functionalities. We are currently in the Home tab, where we can see a live feed of posts from people or from project groups. We can switch into our Rooms tab, where we have live group meetings taking place, but also can initiate group meetings. We have the Projects tab with current information on the newest projects we follow. And we have our personal settings page, where we can set rules or make other changes. On top you see also our profile picture with a certain status color. And this leads us to our main functionality of RUF, the availability to check and message your colleagues instantly. You can see that we can see the status of our colleagues associated with a certain activity. For example, if they are in a meeting, then we have this red status symbol, and we can see here a timeline from the current time onwards. Meetings are directly taken from MS Office calendar, and we might have other rules set by the people themselves when they want to be available. We can set our own status, choosing from 4 available options: open call if we want to be available, working if we are not, offline if we are not working anymore, or the free time button to signal that we are, for example, ready for a coffee break. And the status changes accordingly. This sidebar or quick access menu is available in all tabs, and you can thus interact with your colleagues shortly anytime. We will now take on the role of the UI designer Thomas to go through some major workflows. Let's imagine first that we have a coding issue where we want some help on. We first check who is available and see that Frank is in open call mode, so we can contact him directly. If I push this button, 2 things happen simultaneously. On the one hand, an MS Teams room is opened and I can directly join. And on the other side, Frank gets an automated message via my chat channel to join the meeting. Frank is a virtual person, so he's represented here by the Power Automate client, but he will get a message like this: "Hi Frank, are you free?" and a link to join the meeting. After the meeting is over, I might want to check with Paula to give her some updates. I see that she's still in a meeting, and in the time slot where she is free, I still have to do some work. But later on, I might be available. I can still contact her to see if she might be able to put in a meeting in here. And how this looks on her side, we can see on our own settings tab in the notification area. Here we see that we have an outgoing request, Paula, and that we still await her reaction. If she doesn't respond in a certain time frame, there is an option like here in the incoming request to schedule the meeting directly in MS Office calendar. Let's now look over the other features of the person settings page. Of course, we can add some new colleagues we don't already know yet. We can set certain rules. You have seen the timelines of other colleagues. Here is our own, where we can set for a certain time slot the status. We have meetings taken from the calendar, and we can set our own end of work time. On the weekly tab, we can set recurrent rules, for example, that every Monday in a certain time frame we want to be available or set as working. And we have an additional feature, the flow detection, which is supposed to help you not being disturbed when you're working, but still switch back to available automatically. For example, if you have an input device like the keyboard, the number of keystrokes per minute as a measurement of concentration, we can now set on the flow detection and simulate that we are very concentrated, typing a lot, and see that the status will automatically change to working. If we, however, are not that concentrated anymore and switch back to a lower keystroke per minute, we are again available for others to contact. Coming back to the workflow of Thomas. As a UI designer, he's very reliant on the feedback and inspiration of his colleagues. And a very good place to start is the home feed, where we on top find the share your desk function, where colleagues display their current work. For example, John here shows a screenshot of his current work on the interface design. Thomas really likes this and can thus scroll down the feed to either join Sandra in a coffee break to talk about this, or to find another post of John about the mobility app he's working on in general. He can give immediate feedback, like the post for example, and write a comment. Of course, he can initiate his own posts and live rooms and decide to share with the public or only his colleagues. If he wants to read more on projects he's really interested, like the mobility app, he can switch to the dedicated tab and do some research on the history of the project and read some more about this. He now has a new idea from this and wants to talk with some colleagues about this, so he switches to the Rooms tab. And initially he still wants to talk to Paula, but as she's still in a meeting, this is not possible. But he's curious in what kind of meeting she is and finds her in the customer service meeting. With the live feed, he can watch how the meeting is going, and he sees that they are very intensely working, so he doesn't want to disturb them for now. But what is really nice is that 3 of his colleagues are currently available, and all of them are in the graphic design team, which has a dedicated room. So he doesn't have to contact them individually, but can start the meeting from here. And now again, the Teams integration kicks in. So if he starts a meeting, a group room is initiated, and every member of this team gets a personalized message to join the room. After the meeting, Thomas might want to set his status to work again, as he doesn't want to be disturbed. And this concludes our demo of Are You Free, with which we hope to facilitate more social interaction in hybrid work scenarios.